As all of you already have studied, before I start with design for manufacturing, in the third semester, you have studied material science. In that, you have studied different types of material, their properties, and you have used that knowledge in mechanics of material. Before selecting any of the material, you should know the property. Depending upon that, you're going to use that for particular reason. For example, I'm going to use a material for the application of tensile loading. In that case, you need to make sure that whatever the material you're going to choose, that should sustain the tensile load. Means you should not use the materials like brittle material should not be used. Okay, in this case, for the tensile loading, you have to use ductile materials like steel. Similarly, brittle material like cast iron cannot be used for tensile application. Already you have done experiment on this in material testing lab. You applied compression load on cast iron and you applied tensile load on mild steel. You know how the material behaves. Means you have the input from the material science that you applied in mechanics of material. Similarly, in your design of machine element 1, in that also selection of material plays an important role. To select the material, the important criteria is you should know the properties of the material. This is how there is an interlink between the subjects: material science, mechanics of materials, design of machine element 1, and in design of machine element 2, you're going to design the gauge, and different types of designing will be done. In that also, you need to take care of the designing of the component. Before that, you should know the properties of the material. Similarly, in this design for manufacturing, as the name indicates, design for manufacturing means you're going to design for the manufacturing. You studied manufacturing subjects. Okay, now in this subject, you're going to design for the manufacturing process. In this case, the subject already your PG students like design stream as well as machine design. In PG, they will be studying this subject as a core, whereas for your UG, they have introduced this subject. For the design of manufacturing, or before I start explaining design for manufacturing, you should know what do you mean by engineering design. Engineering design is nothing but is to pull together something new, or to arrange existing things in a new way. Means you're going to design the new product, or you're going to arrange the existing thing, whatever the existing thing is there, in a new way to satisfy a for the need of the society. For example, a society wants some of the things like now the need is COVID. For the COVID, you should come up with innovative idea. Means now already you don't have any pre-designed components for COVID, to tackle the COVID. Some of the students came up with that shield, like, and for the sanitizers to use in the college, some of the students came up with sensors like this. This is the entirely new thing, or you're going to design a new thing, or in the existing you can make some changes that is going to be helpful for the society. Or you can put this engineering design, it is a process which can be used to achieve several different outcomes. The outcome of the COVID is, means the students are coming with new idea. That is the outcome. Means students are coming up with new ideas. This is what the engineering design teaches you. And from this design for manufacturing, what are the outcomes you're going to get? That is course objective, or what is the main objective of this subject. In this, students are going to be educated on factor to be considered in designing parts. When you're going to design a parts, certain factors need to be considered. And similarly for components with focus on manufacturability, as this is for design for manufacturing, here they're going to concentrate designing for manufacturing. And student will be exposed to the new things like dimension tolerance, geometric tolerance, and true position tolerance techniques in manufacturing. In the manufacturing industry, you're going to study dimensional tolerance, geometric tolerance, and true position tolerance. And this you are going to study in module 1. Can anyone tell me what do you mean by tolerance? Can anyone answer what do you mean by tolerance?
So it's the difference between the upper limit and lower limit of a dimension.
Okay. Tolerance is nothing but it is a permissible limit or limit of variation. As you told you, it is the what you are told. It is the difference between upper limit and lower limit.
Sir.
Okay. Or you can put it like it is the limit of variation from upper limit to lower limit. That is called as tolerance. Why this tolerance plays an important role in design for manufacturing? Why? Because tolerance is nothing but it is an acceptable range for a physical dimension, means which can be accepted by a design engineer. In this case, to find out the tolerance, which is determined by the product designer, as the person who is going to design, he will be called as a product design. Based on some of the things are there, like fit is there, the function of the parts, or the based on the forms, they're going to find out the tolerance of that particular component. And this tolerance plays an important role in the manufacturing process, because it is going to determine how well a part is going to fit in the final piece. When you take the end product, how the component is going to fit in the final piece, and how reliable the final product will be. Whatever the component the company is going to be manufacturing, it should be reliable. When you will come to know when the component is manufactured, in that this tolerance plays an important role. Similarly, another two objectives are there, where you will get the knowledge on design consideration for designing components produced using various machining operations. Already in your machine shop, in that also you're going to manufacture the components, like if you take uh, uh, stainless steel, I think you will be using stainless steel. In that you're going to perform different operations, like turning is done, drilling is done, milling and grinding. These are the different manufacturing process that you're going to study in this subject. Already you have studied, and now you're going to compare that with a designing perspective. And the students are going to be educated regarding design rules and the recommendation for the process, like casting is done, welding. Already you know casting in your foundry lab and you in the manufacturing subject. Now in this, before you go for the casting or welding, certain design rules are there. You need to follow those design rules, and the recommended approach is there. Means when you're going to go for casting or welding, okay, each person has his own process, but there are already people who have worked on this, or already the R&D has been done on this, and they came up with some recommendations. Okay, that recommended processes need to be applied in casting, welding, forging, and different process like injection molding. And in the module 1, okay, up to this, do you have any doubt? This is about the basic design for manufacturing. Now I will enter into the modules what you are going to study. From the next class, we'll start with module 1. Do you have, if you have not understood any definitions which are told, you can ask me. I think all of you understood. Okay, I will see the module 1. In the module 1, in this major phases of designs effect of material properties on design. As I told you, in your material science, your studies different material properties. Similarly, in material testing lab, by using that knowledge, you are applied for mechanics of material, design of machine element 1 and 2. Similarly, for the manufacturing process, you should know the material properties for the design and the effect of manufacturing process in design. A flowchart is there for the manufacturing process that we are going to study in this module 1. After that, material selection process. Material selection process, in that cost per unit property means whatever the material which you are going to select, you need to make sure that the material should be available near by you. Otherwise, you're going to increase the cost of transportation. For example, if I want to use a particular material in casting, okay, if that material is not available in, first what we'll think, we'll see nearby our location, that is near Belgavi. If it is not available, then we'll go to Bangalore or nearby places like Pune or Mumbai. Still, if it is not available, means you are increasing the cost of the material. Then you should see outside India. Means as the transportation distance increases, the cost per unit also increases. And similarly, the weighted properties and limits of properties methods you want to study in this module, and guidelines for the design for manufacturing. A guidelines is provided in this. You're going to study how the design for manufacturing is done, and the review of relationship between attainable tolerance grade. As already we have discussed about the tolerance, means in this he is talking about the attainable. Different types of tolerances we will get, but it should be attainable. Attainable tolerance grades and different machining process will be studying. The different machining process, as you know, like the machining operations which can be done on lathe machines or any CNC machine. Similarly, we'll study about processability, mean, variance, skewness, different process capabilities indicated CP and CPK. And in this module at the end, we'll study cumulative effect of tolerance. What is the cumulative effect of tolerance? For that, we'll study sure fit law and truncated normal law, and we'll solve problems on this, that is which are related to tolerance, which are simple problems. A sketch will be given to you. In that, you need to see the tolerance, and by using the formula you need to calculate. Simple problems are there which we'll study in module 1. In module 2, it is selective assembly. In the selective assembly, we are going to study about interchangeable part manufacture and selective assemble. In this module 2, we'll be concentrating on interchangeable parts manufacture and selective assembly. In this, two methods are there, that is deciding the number of groups by using model 1. By using model 1, in this group tolerance of mating parts will be seeing, and in the model 2, that is total and group tolerance of the shaft equal, that we are going to study by using model 1 and model 2. Then the control of the axial plate. In this, introducing secondary machining operations and laminated shims and the examples on that. This is about the selective assembly. And next is about true positional theory. In this, we'll do a comparison between coordinate and true position method of feature location. In this, true position tolerance, here also in module 2, we'll discuss about the tolerance, that is the virtual size concept, floating and fixed fasteners. As you are studied in design, you will be using fasteners. Okay. In this, we'll study in the second model, that is true position tolerance. In that, virtual size concept, floating and fixed fasteners will be used. Next is a projected tolerance zone and functional gauges. And in your triple M lab, you have studied about the gauges as well as, I think, fasteners you have studied or not, I don't know, but I think you know about the gauges, projected tolerance zone and functional gauges. And then about the concept of zero true position tolerance and simple problems on this true position theorem. This is about module 2. And the module 3 is datum futures. In that we are going to study about the functional datum and how you are going to use datum for manufacturing, how the datum for manufacturing is used, and how you are going to change the datum and the examples on datums. And next is component design. In this, you are going to design the components for the manufacturing problems. In this, design features to facilitate machining, like for the manufacturing processes, for drilling and the miller cutting, keyways, dowel procedures, countersink screws, reduction of machined area, simplification by separation, and simplification by amalgamation, and design for machinability and design for economy. These things are different. That is design of economy and design for clampability, design for accessibility, and design for assembly. In this, we'll take a sketch, and through that I will try to explain all these concepts. This is about the module 3, that is component design. Main in this module 3 will be studying component designs of all these things like drilling, milling, keyways, and design for clampability, design for accessibility, and for the assembly. For module 4, in this, design of components with casting consideration. In module 4, almost we'll study about the casting considerations, and in module 5 we'll study about the forging consideration. For the casting consideration, the pattern, mold, and parting line. In your foundry and forging lab, you have done all these things: pattern, mold, and parting line. You're going to study, or you're going to design all those things. In this, code holes and machined holes, identifying the possible and probable parting lines. In this, you should be drawing the parting line. You should be able to identify the possible and the probable parting lines. And after that, castings required special sand course. We'll study about the special sand course. And after that, in this module 4, we'll study about the welding consideration, the requirements and the rules for the weldings, and redesigning of components for welding. In this, we'll take a case study. Different case studies will be taken for welding consideration. And in module 5, forging considerations are done. That is requirements and rules, redesign for of components for forging and case studies. In this, design of components for powder metallurgy is done. That is, what are the requirements are there, and rules and requirements. In that, we'll take a case study. Similarly, design of components for injection molding. In this also, what are the rules and requirements need to be fulfilled, and we'll take the case study. This is how all the 5 modules are divided in design for manufacturing. In this, the textbooks which are recommended are This is designed for manufacturing by Henry Peck. I have the soft copy of design for manufacturing. I will forward to you. Design for manufacturing by Henry Peck. And if you are going to get, I think in library, Xerox copy is there. You can take. You should make sure that it should be 1983 edition. Designed for manufacturing 1983, written by Henry Peck. And one more is for this module 1. For module 1, you have to use DITER, engineering design, which is available in our library. Yesterday I checked. You can use this engineering DITER. It will help you in module 1. The other reference books are there. In that, I recommend you to use this Henry Peck and DITER, which will be helpful for design for manufacturing. This is about the introduction to design for manufacturing. Yesterday, Niranjan sir and I met HOD sir. We had a discussion. Sir has told that by next week, students need to finalize the elective, which one they want. Design for manufacturing and smart materials. I think in the timetable, it is showing that Ravi Shankar Chicken Gowder, but Niranjan sir will be taking smart materials and I will be taking design for manufacturing. Tell your friends also to finalize the elective in the before the end of 13th. So after that, if you delay, then you will be in a confusion to attend both the classes. From the next class, I will start with the syllabus. In today's class, I have given introduction about the design for manufacturing and what are the modules you are going to study. Already you have studied almost all the concepts of manufacturing, but in this subject, you are going to design that. That is the difference in this subject. Do you want to ask anything regarding this subject? I have the notes also. This is module 1 notes, which is prepared for the PG students. In the next class, I will go through this. Do you want to ask any questions? Okay. I think all of you understood about the design for manufacturing. Tomorrow you have a class. That class will be engaged by Niranjan sir, and after that next class I will take. Means alternate will be taking the classes, and after 1 week you finalize the subject. Who wants to take material science? Smart material science, design for manufacturing. Okay, thank you. I will end the session.